Surprises galore.
Quite strong.
Oh, wow.
Leave the dragons feeling good
In the sunshine, with a cigar and my cocktail.
Oh, you have me.
This is cool.
and bad
I should be a natural investor for you. There was a hint in the word should.
and a little bit ugly.
Test me.
Sorry?
You said I can't do it. Test me.
God, you guys are doing my head in.
I'll drink to that.
Will a fresh mob of apprehensive entrepreneurs
Sorry. It's quite a mission for me.
I don't think she wants to take any questions.
succeed in their attempt to woo the investors
Blimey, that is... They've got an answer for everything. They have.
into handing over
Oh my God, you're an animal.
their hard-earned cash?
I think your valuation is ridiculous. I couldn't love it anymore.
I'm like your Mary Poppins.
Welcome to Dragon's Den, Britain's most infamous third floor. If entrepreneurs were in the backing of a dragon, their profits could go through the roof. But a word of caution, here, even the best laid business plans can be swiftly demolished. First into the den is German-born entrepreneur Max Rütter, who wants to take the dragons back to the bygone age of American prohibition.
This is the look of a bootlegger as we imagined it back in the 1920s. Bootleggers were the people who actually moved and transported the alcohol and produced it illegally.
Max's alcoholic display has certainly sent a couple of the dragon's thoughts in a westward direction, although not quite as far as America. Cider.
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 The Plymouth came out then.
West Country, Tom came up there with cider apples.
Cider.
Cider apples.
From Plymouth. That's where I'm from.
Oh God, you guys are doing my head in.
Would you like a drink?
Hello, dragons. My name is Max, and I run O'Donnell Moonshine Spirits and Liqueurs based in Manchester. Today, I'm asking for £200,000 in return for 5% equity. You may ask yourself, what is moonshine? Moonshine originated during the US Prohibition era in the 1920s when the actual alcohol production was illegal. And we at O'Donnell Moonshine revived this concept. We offer our customers a unique drinking experience consisting of new yet recognizable flavored spirits bottled in stylish mason jars and surround the entire product by the exciting stories of the infamous US Prohibition era. And now we're probably coming to the best part of the pitch where you can get to try the product, and I'm more than happy to take any of your questions, and thank you very much for your time.
Bootleg-style booze is the business that German brewing entrepreneur Max Rütter is serving up to the dragons.
Sorry, did you just pour it in there and drink from that?
Yeah, just neat over ice.
Or you can just drink like that.
You can also go that way, Peter, that's absolutely fine.
He's seeking a £200,000 investment in the business.
I was going to say.
It's quite strong.
Oh, wow.
It's 25%.
In return, there's a 5% stake up for grabs.
That's some serious shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
The brew certainly packs a powerful punch.
Can you do one of these?
If I'm on a Friday night and I have a good night, I drink one of those bottles.
You'll drink one of those, the whole one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're an animal.
Thank you.
Tuka Suleiman wants to know if the company finances stand up straight.
Max, I'm not going to try it. I'm taking my fellow dragon's view on that. Can you give me some numbers?
Yeah, sure. So, 2018, 1.18 million turnover with a £200,000 loss. 2019, 1.38 million turnover with a net profit of £20,000. 2020, £993,000 turnover with break even.
So 2021,
We're looking at 2.5 million net turnover.
so how much have you done up to now?
We've done 500,000.
So you've done 500 up to now in 6 months, and you're going to go to do another 2 million.
Correct. That's to do with the fact of how our business works. We basically do 60 to 70% of our entire year's turnover in the second half of the year, being in Christmas markets, Christmas period, because it is a very giftable item.
So really, you've come in here with a valuation of 4 million.
Yeah.
You you've lost money in the last 3 years.
Yes.
How much of that stuff you drank?
So what I've done is I've taken the projected turnover of 2022, which is 3.3 million net, times this by 2, and made some adjustments.
Oh, really? Can I tell you, if I took your formula on all my companies, I'd be in the sunshine with a cigar and my cocktail. I think your valuation is ridiculous.
The price tag placed on the business has left Tuka Suleiman feeling hot under the collar. Peter Jones has been very thorough with the sampling of the goods. Has it left him in high spirits about the prohibition proposition?
I actually think this is really clever. Very simple. That top with a spout. I've not seen anything like this before. It's nice. I like it. I do like the concept.
Okay.
How much money have you put into the business?
So I joined the company last year. There's 2 business partners which cannot be here. They're based in Germany. They're also in the business. They have sent a video message if you want to see this.
Yeah, let's see the visitor message from them.
Hi Dragons, hi Max. We, Philip and August, the co-founders of O'Donnell Moonshine in Germany, are really sad that we cannot join you in Manchester due to COVID-19 travel restrictions. We hoped you enjoyed our moonshine, and we wish you, Max, all the best pitching our brand. Max has our absolute support in negotiating any deal with you guys, and we hope we will be able to call you a moonshiner soon. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Prost. So,
I'll drink to that.
So Max, yeah, you were telling me that how much money has been invested?
So basically, in the UK Limited, we have £25,000, which is invested by the parent company, which owns 95%, and I own 5%.
Okay, so you own 5% of the UK business
Yes.
that you're selling?
Yeah.
But the offer for investment today is in the big company?
No, it's in the UK company.
What? You only own 5% of it?
Yeah, but these 2 guys have the other share, and they would have been here
How big is the business
in Germany.
in Germany?
So the Germans turned over last year 7.3 million with a 2.1 million net.
I want to be in that business.
That unfortunately is not up for.
I'll make an offer now in that business.
But what you can see is you can see the potential. Like, I mean, the German business does exactly what we do.
No, I know, but you're an agent. That's seriously, that's now immediately deflating and unexciting.
Okay.
Because it's like you don't have a piece of the brand. So in every single territory, you feel like you're part of a bigger group, but you're really not. I don't think their words match their actions when they said, you've got the keys to the door and can negotiate anything with us. You can't.
But with regards to the UK Limited, I just simply cannot with regards to the GmbH company.
That's a shame.
A major setback for Max, as the news the investment is purely in the UK arm of the business leaves Peter Jones wanting more. Can Deborah Meaden find anything in the day-to-day running of the operation to get the pitch back on track?
I'm just trying to establish how much of an independent business this is. Where's it being brewed?
We bottle it in Germany at the moment. We are currently looking to move the bottling to the UK because we do hit that critical size where it makes sense. We're not quite there yet at the size, but within the next 2 to 3 years, we should be able to reach that.
Any loans in the business?
Yes, so we have a £50,000 bounce back loan from last year. And then we basically have outstanding invoices for products of around about £590,000. And they also put in loans of £230,000 from the parent company.
So £870,000 worth of loans.
Yeah.
And we're not making any money yet, is that right?
Basically a net profit so far from 220,000 loss.
Max, you're as smart as every German I know.
Thank you very much.
What I find amazing is that you come in here with a business that has €1 million in debt. Correct?
That's
correct.
Yeah.
It is overvalued, over-indebted. I just think that there's too many question marks, too many doubts, and too much crystal ball. So on that basis, I'm not going to invest them out.
Too much of the drinks company is not to Tuka Suleiman's taste, and he calls time on the concept. And now, the den's youngest investor is wondering what he can bring to Max's moonshine party.
So what is it you want from a dragon?
So basically, what we need is ramping up our marketing efforts, which at the moment is sort of like me doing it on the side sort of thing.
Should I tell you why that scares me? Because all of the efforts that I as an investor, I invested would put into all of that marketing. If I do one post on my Instagram, I'm reaching 25% of people who are in India, in Germany, and Taiwan. So as an investor, you're only offering me the returns on one market, but I'm doing the marketing work for all markets, which is going to help the German business as well, which I don't own. I'd be putting in tons of effort and only being cut off a small slice of the return on my effort, and I actually don't think that's fair. So for that reason, yeah, I'm out.
I would have potentially been an investor here, but it's very, very difficult now to invest in a business in the UK of which you're a 5% shareholder and I can't even speak to or meet the owners of the company. You know, even if I drank everything that's on this table, I'd still come to the same conclusion. So sadly, I'm going to have to say, Max, I'm out.
There's a reason I don't ask for majority shareholdings, and that's because I want the person that I'm investing in, who actually runs this business, to have a big chunk of that business, so they are totally focused on making money.
Yep.
You're a tiny shareholder.
Still make lots of money though, percentage-wise.
Possibly, but what doesn't work is when there's a bumpy ride and the person who's the life and blood and soul of that business only owns a tiny, tiny percentage. Now, if you're a 75% shareholder, your attitude would be completely different. This is worth it. This is worth me slogging through this. So it's the structure that worries me. You've made it impossible for me to invest. I'm out.
4 dragons down, and the entrepreneur is entering the last chance saloon with Sarah Davies. Has she been intoxicated by Max's merchandise?
This is cool. I mean, it is so cool. I'm just sat here, I'm just looking at that table. I just can't wait till I'm having a party and I get this out and my friends all think I'm cool because I've got it and you look cool.
Thanks.
I mean, it is literally... I couldn't love it anymore, and it tastes amazing. Obviously, we don't like the setup of the ownership structure in the business. However, that wouldn't stop me from making you an offer today. So 5% that you're offering us today in the UK company, are the German shareholders offering us 5% from their shareholding, and you're staying at your 5%?
I'm staying at 5%, so the dilution will happen on the German part of the business.
So they are selling their shares?
Yes.
But the money that I pay for those shares, is that going as investment into the UK company?
Yes.
Okay. The thing I'm struggling to get past is the fact that you are currently sitting on £870,000 worth of debt with that valuation. So my worry is they'll have given you a right to negotiate within a certain limit, and I doubt if that limit is anywhere near like a starting point that would whet my appetite.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I'm not going to invest. I'm sorry, Max. Great business, but I'm out.
Good luck, Max.
Good luck,
Thank
Max.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Take care.
Sarah Davies signs off, marking the end of Max's Dragon Dream.
They love the product, they love the branding, they love the styling. Everything's cool. It was just simply matters of the structure of the company. So onwards and upwards from now.
Next into the den is animal lover Laura Way from Hove, who's proud that all living things are left alone when her products are produced.
My business is all about showcasing to the world that you don't need to harm animals for fashion accessories.
In the den, Laura's products have already been clocked.
Time is running out.
Watch and learn.
But while the dragons are preoccupied with their puns, the entrepreneur is focused solely on her sums.
I used to be top of the times table board at school, so we'll see 30 years later if I can still get that A grade with my numbers.
It's time for the entrepreneur to come in.
Hello Dragons, I'm Laura Way and I'm the founder of Watch, the cruelty-free watch and accessories company. I launched Watch having suffered a debilitating skin condition called topical steroid withdrawal. It was an illness that saw me lose my skin from my entire body. I used to have to lay in the bath for up to 21 hours a day, and this went for months on end. I spent many hours watching documentaries and around subjects that I felt passionate about, one being animal welfare. I learned facts about the leather industry that truly shocked and saddened me. Having felt the pain of losing my own skin, I vowed to never wear the skin of another being again. The idea for Watch was born, the cruelty-free watch and accessories company. We work with a range of innovative materials, such as Pinatex, a byproduct from the pineapple harvest. Sorry, it's quite emotional for me.
You're doing well. You're doing well.
I'm here today seeking £100,000 in exchange for 10% of the company. I had that so well rehearsed. It's the picture. It gets me every time.
You did great.
Animal skin-free watches and handbags are the offering from Laura Way, who's seeking a £100,000 investment in return for a 10% share in her range of ethically made timepieces and accessories.
We've also just started making straps compatible with Apple Watches made from apple leather.
Nice packaging.
Thank you very much.
Peter Jones is first with the questions, and he's quick to congratulate the entrepreneur on successfully navigating an emotionally charged pitch.
Laura, well done for getting through that.
Thank you.
It's quite a backstory, actually, which is quite empowering, so well done.
Thank you.
My first immediate impression, the product itself does look amazing. It's actually a better strap than what I've got on. So, I get the strap, but tell me about the actual watch itself.
Yeah.
Is there anything really special about the actual watch?
At the moment, they are quartz watches, so there's nothing particularly uniquely special about.
Yeah.
We're not reinventing the wheel.
What about any level of smart tech or...
There's no smart tech. Our customer base very much still likes the classic timepiece. Don't necessarily want something that overcomplicates the elementary task of telling time. But I know obviously the smartwatch market is expanding massively, which is why we did Apple straps.
Do Apple offer a vegan strap?
No.
At all?
No.
Can you get a plastic strap for Apple?
Yeah.
That's vegan.
Oh. But it doesn't look nice, does it?
It doesn't look nice, but that wasn't quite the answer to that particular question.
There's a lot of Apple products, cases, are all vegan. So what comes across for me is these are the type of things that you can quite easily purchase in China, put a brand on something that is widely available, and attach a strap, if I want to really go down to the simplification of it.
Yeah.
So the reason to buy this watch is what I'm struggling with at the moment.
Bad times for Laura, as the Dragons wonder whether she's trying to fill a gap in the market that's already being plugged. And now, Stephen Bartlett wants to establish exactly how many customers crave her cruelty-free chronometers.
Could you take us back historically and show us the sales performance over the previous 3 years?
Yeah, of course. In 2018, we took £163,000 and our net was £48,000. 2019, I took £136,000, £67,000 net. Our year just gone,
2020?
yeah, 184 and a net of 33.
Okay, you forecast for the future?
So our ambition moving forward, by the end of year 3, we're looking at taking 1.7 million.
So if I look back over the last 3-4 years, we've kind of hovered within 50k of 200k
Yes.
across those years.
Yeah.
What I'm being told as we go forward is that we're going to get up to almost 2 million in revenue
Yeah.
in 3 years' time. I always say, the best predictor of the future is the past.
Yeah.
So what is it that changes strategically?
I think lots has changed over the last year. In terms of those previous years, I didn't have that time to be able to grow the business as I wanted to, but now I feel ready to push this forward. Last year, we appointed a digital agency where we are starting to increase spend into online and digital advertising. We were listed as Vogue's number 4 watch to buy at Christmas. I feel ready to push this to buyers, to sellers, so we're just ready to grow.
Laura remains confident that she's a horologist whose hour has come. But Sarah Davies wants to understand more about the precise mechanics behind her business.
So, if I just take this watch here that I'm wearing, can you just walk me through the margins, cost price, what that retails at?
Yeah, of course. So each unit costs us about £15 to make, and we're selling for 120.
And the bags are the other area?
Yeah.
Buy and sell at what?
We buy the bags at £40.
So buy them at 40,
Yeah.
And you sell them at...
They're on sale at 135, but being completely honest with you, I'm not sure if accessories is what we would strategically move forward with.
So what was the motivation to start to expand into bags then?
People love the brand and the story and were saying to us, can you introduce new products? So we just tested a small amount of bags.
See, so that is at odds for me with the rest of the story you've told.
Yeah.
Because the picture that you're painting is you've squandered time chasing a rainbow that wasn't correctly thought through, strategised, work out the commercial return on it. That's really worrying for me.
I think, putting my hands up completely, I think I was so driven and determined to push out our kind of next range and just expand the brand that it was a mistake from my end.
I'm struggling to see the scalability in it. You know, I look and I think nothing's fundamentally changed in the last few years that would significantly impact the sales.
Okay.
I think having an investor on board, even having a dragon on board, we can't make it light up. We can just support you to make it light up.
Okay.
And I don't believe you're going to be able to do that, so I can't invest in that amount.
Thank you, Sarah. That's all right.
Disappointment for Laura as a first dragon declined the deal. Will social media big hitter Stephen Bartlett be prepared to swap pay-per-clicks for vegan-friendly ticks?
Laura, I actually think it's really, really classy.
Thank you.
And this branding, and I thought, oh my God, this is so cool, so impressive, it's so timeless. And then Watch, vegan watch, and then I turned to the side and it says kindness is timeless. Oh, you had me. I think it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
However, every time I log into Facebook, I see watches that look like this targeted at me. You would have seen this too. It's not necessarily unique. And then I looked at your numbers, and I think there's been no growth historically. And as much as I love you, I think you're amazing. I'm not saying that to make you smile. But I don't love the numbers and I don't love the growth, so for that reason I'm out.
All right. Thank you anyway.
Laura, I'm full of admiration, so that's a wonderful thing. And yet, to differentiate in a very, very competitive world, and particularly in the watch world, I think there's going to have to be a little bit more. This isn't an investment at this stage for me, so I'm going to politely say I'm out.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Laura, I should be a natural investor for you. There was a hint in the word should. But I just don't see the scale of the business that you do. I think you've done a lovely job here.
Thank you very much.
And I really, really wish you all the best. But I'm afraid, Laura, I won't be investing. I'm out.
3 more dragons have bowed out. Only one now remains. So will the Den's fashion giant be willing to invest £100,000 and some precious Tuka time into Laura's business?
How old is your average customer?
Between 25 and 34.
Right, so quite young. Because in a way, the watch is quite classic. And I would have thought that within that collection, you would have had a much more fun colour. It's a bit like going back to Swatch, where they came on the scene with lots of different interchangeable colours. You know? You're good.
Thank you.
I mean, I could open all the doors for you. I know I can. And you've sure got a story. However, the actual overall product for your age bracket does not excite me. I've got to believe in the product. You know? So on that basis, I'm not going to invest and I'm out.
Thank you anyway. Thank you.
Thanks,
Good luck,
Laura.
Good luck.
Sadly for Laura, she must head back down to the ground floor empty-handed. Though the accessories entrepreneur isn't getting too wound up by her failure to clasp a dragon's cash.
They love the product, and I guess that's the best thing I could have heard, really.
Well, I definitely think she's one to watch.
I like it.
Taking something with fur, or even feathers in one case, into the den can be a risky business. Sometimes they can just get a bit too friendly with the dragons.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She's not the most loyal dog, is she? She's completely transferred her affections.
Bye.
Occasionally, they can get a bit too vocal.
just giving me the financials.
And sometimes they can be just a tad too chilled.
I wish I was as calm as she was, I can tell you.
And then there are the times when they completely steal the show.
Okay, do you just want my money?
Yes, please.
Hoping her King Charles Spaniel, Lola, will be on Doggy Best Behaviour tonight, is Italian Nadia Laguel.
I adore dogs, and I think they're the best companion any person can have. We'll get you loads of treats after. Growing up in Italy, we always had dogs in our family. When I moved to the UK, at the first opportunity, I got Lola.
Nadia's startup aims to wed going walkies with the web.
As a dog owner, I definitely noticed there was something missing on the market, so I decided to build a service that all dog parents could use.
The pooch-friendly proposition has already sparked speculation in the den.
Rent a dog to have dinner with you. Dinnerdogs.com.
We could call it Doggy Date.
50-50.
I'm in.
The dragons appear to be in a playful mood. So can Nadia bring them to heel
Come on, Lola.
before parting them from their cash?
Hello, dragons. This is Lola, and I'm Nadia, and we're the co-founders of Waggit. Waggit is the first dog-friendly online booking platform in the UK. We're here to seek £50,000 for 5.5% of our business. My background is in online reservations. I was the first salesperson in Europe for OpenTable, and then I was director of sales at Bookatable, which is now a TripAdvisor business. When Lola came into my life, I realized how difficult it was to book places to go with your dog. When you looked online, the options were limited, and even when you found somewhere dog-friendly, you'd turn up and you'd sat at the back next to the bins or asked to sit outside even if it was raining. And when it came to groomers, there was actually no way to book online. You'd have to call and they never answered because they were grooming. So I thought there has to be a better way. There are now over 12 million dog owners in the UK. And according to the Kennel Club, 98% of dog-friendly pub owners say that customers with dogs bring them better business. That's where Waggit comes in. Our website enables people to discover, find, and book places to take their dog. So let me show you how it works. You can select groomers, pubs and bars, restaurants, or taxis. You then put the time and area, and then you click submit. After that, you get a selection of what's available, your preferences. You can select one and look at the description, if they have a doggy menu, for example, and all that information. You select the time, and then you put in your details if they're not already there. That's how simple it is. Lola and I are looking for a dog-friendly dragon, and we know you all are, to join the Waggit pack.
A canine-compatible online platform for restaurant booking is the offering from Nadia Laguel, who's seeking a £50,000 investment in return for a 5.5% share in her business.
I don't think she wants to take any questions.
I think we should let Lola go if she doesn't want to be in the den.
Okay.
Lola's work may be done, but Nadia's has only just begun. Peter Jones is first with the questions, and he's clearly intrigued by this entrepreneur's CV.
Nadia,
Yes,
your experience in the past is really interesting. Congratulations.
thank you.
What do you believe in terms of scale with your experience? How are you going to achieve sort of growth for the business?
The business model is interesting because having come from OpenTable, the business model for reservation companies like that is transactional, so they charge per cover. But with us, it's more a benefit. It's a marketing channel for the restaurants to market to dog owners. So it will be promotions and so on. And there's so much we can do to a business, offering them more opportunity to market to dogs. There's so many events. Restaurants can fill their quieter times at lunchtime with dog owners. And then the other side to monetize is once everyone falls in love and books through Waggit, the community side of it, so the consumers.
Yeah, I get the advertising piece on there as you grow, but so how many people, do you have to register on this site, or can I just use this as a search engine?
You can just use it as a search engine.
How does that help you grab a subscriber or build your data? How do you do that?
You mean if you don't register?
Yeah, if I can go on there and use similar to a Google search.
The idea is will encourage people to register. What I'd like to do with Waggett is you can get points if you go near a restaurant, if you book your groomer.
Okay, so you haven't got any registered users at the moment?
No, I have.
You have? How
we
many
have
have you
about 400.
Nadia's website is already gaining traction. But the den's newest pet owner wants to discover exactly how she intends to convert dog-friendly days out into financial clout.
Puppies, I've just got one, so I know exactly where you're coming from. Okay, so the business model you've now told us, how will you make an income out of it?
We will charge operators, so restaurants, groomers and so on, a monthly subscription fee. It will be tiered, so tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, depending on how much they want to market with us.
I'm a restaurateur, so what will I have to pay on your subscription to enroll?
So £10 is the tier 1 subscription.
£10 a month?
Yeah.
How many restaurants have you got signed up at the moment?
39.
And the only way a restaurant can sign up is if they pay?
Yes.
So if I'm a visitor and I want to go for a restaurant, there's only 39 options I have in the United Kingdom at the moment.
At the moment, yes.
That's because you've put this huge barrier in the way of you achieving scale, which is you're charging every single restaurant to list. The reason why OpenTable, Yelp, and all these other websites have huge scale from day one is there's no resistance for a restaurant to join. You've created resistance, which means you have to now go around and knock on every restaurant's door to sign them up one by one.
But I offered anyone who would join 3 months free.
You must be the only person in the industry that's charging people to list beyond 90 days.
There are a couple of others.
At scale.
And also, OpenTable was charged a monthly fee as well.
That's an add-on. They have a freemium model with the premium upside one as a restaurant, which lists you high, you get featured, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Right. If you want to get scale quickly, have a freemium model where every dog-friendly restaurant in the land can sign up and then charge them for better placement. Or else you're going to have to knock on every restaurant's door. So I think that's an existential risk to your model.
Stephen Bartlett fears that Nadia could be barking up the wrong tree with her current business model. So will Sarah Davies see greater potential in her plans to harness the pooch-owning pound?
Honestly, I think you've done a brilliant job getting to this point. There's clearly demand in the market. I think you've come into the market at the exact right time when you've got all of these dog owners now flooding into the market and things are opening up, people are desperate to get out there. And obviously you've got the proven track record. You've made this work for a couple of huge companies. So, all of that together suggests it could be a recipe for success.
Thank you.
How big does this have to be for this to become a credible proposition?
600, 700 restaurants.
How many a day are you signing up at the moment?
So we get about 5 or 6 a week, sorry.
5 or 6 a week?
Yeah, but what we want to do is really accelerate the business now. We need marketing to push a bit more, and we need the developers to improve a few things. I built the website really quickly to get it up and see how much interest it would get.
You built it?
Well, I had it built. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do coding.
And you don't think you can get from the place you're at the moment to that 600-700 without having investment to improve the tech platform?
I can get there, but it'll take me a lot longer.
You're building a tech company here. You said that there's no one in your team that has built a tech company before.
Well, my business partner and one of the investors is a friend of mine, and he's a product manager and helped build a tech business and then exited. So he's the one who's helping me build the product.
I would feel from my experience building tech companies that you'd need someone in-house that has technical expertise. And if you are going to go out to market and get investors, the first thing they're going to want to know is where's your technical co-founder? Who's the CTO?
Yes, and that's what I want.
With a background in hospitality, this entrepreneur knows her gourmet bites. But when it comes to mega bites, her lack of expertise is giving cause for concern. Now, the den's most ardent dog lover, with 4 canine companions of her own, wants to discover more about the business's competition.
Nadia, what was your actual role at OpenTable?
I was sales.
So, what does that website do to tell consumers about dogs?
OpenTable doesn't even have a tick box at the moment for dog-friendly ones.
So where would I go now if I was looking for pet-friendly stuff?
I mean, the way I used to do it is you put it in Google and just hope. And then it's always the same 3 or 4 that come up in my area.
But I guess I'm trying to understand what your added value is. And I have a little bit of a worry for you. I think it is going to become a tick box. Any other site that just sells restaurants is just going to add that symbol and have a filter that brings it forward whenever you put a search in. Which I think is a great shame, because, you kind of spotted it first, But I'm afraid I worry about that for you, and, going into investment with a worry for somebody is not a good idea. So I'm really sorry, Nadia, I won't be investing. I'm out.
Thank you, Deborah.
Disappointment for Nadia, who has lost her first dragon. Will a tech-savvy Peter Jones prove any more receptive to this entrepreneur's attempt to computerize canine hospitality?
I like it. I think it's a really good idea. I'm slightly disappointed, though, with your background, that you haven't come in with a much bigger number of customers on there already. 39. I would have expected you to have said, I've got several hundred restaurants already on board, and I'm predicting by the end of this month I'll have 1,000 restaurants, 1,500 next month. I'd expect much more of a pipeline of where it's going. So for that reason, I'm out. But good luck.
Thank you.
Nadia.
Hi.
So my worry is that you're just going to shine such a big light on this that these other companies are going to go, oh, look what we've been missing, guys. There's this huge business opportunity over here if we just make our website a little bit more dog-friendly. Stick a couple of pictures of dogs on, get some testimonials, write a few blogs. Bob's your uncle, and we're all sorted, okay? You're going to raise awareness for then someone else to eat your dinner. So sad as I am to say it, because you seem lovely, I can't invest today, and I'm out.
I travel everywhere with my dog, and I felt the pain that you're trying to resolve. Completely get that. My issue is about the technical expertise within the team. And so with this type of business, I would want to have seen technical expertise in the core team to give me peace of mind that this team will iterate through all of the problems that I know they're going to encounter. And I haven't seen that today. So for that reason, I'm out.
4 dragons have now bowed out. Only fashion tycoon Tuka Suleiman remains. Is he prepared to trade the world of the catwalk for that of the dog walk?
I think the idea is great. The way I see it is that you've got sort of 3 big challenges. First challenge really is to get your tech right and have good technical support. The second challenge is to get enough dog owners to use it. And the third challenge is to get enough restaurants. There's your 3 challenges. And on top of that, the main area is the marketing. Because, what this really needs, if I have to be totally honest with you, this needs £1 million thrown at it. And I think that your 50,000 ask is just a drop in the ocean. So I'm going to say to you, I wish you all the best, and I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Nadia.
Thanks for having me back. Thanks.
Nadia leaves the den without a deal. But despite the dog devotee's previous pedigree, the dragon's decision not to invest isn't proving a bone of contention.
I just don't think it will work without, as you say, huge resources, money and talent.
It's a lot of money.
Millions, you're right, too, millions.
Next for Lola and I, we'll just continue adding businesses to Waggett, improving it, and maybe one day we'll come back.
Last up is London-based Eddie Fisher, who, despite some broken bones, is hoping his enterprise can help mend the environment.
I've recently had a daughter and I want to leave the planet in a better state for her. We want to build a brand that can make mass change. We want to appeal to the Instagram generation because it's only when a lot of people get involved that we can really create change.
What's the bin for?
Does it stop things going into the bin?
We have a little bit of a surprise for the dragons, so hopefully it doesn't make them jump too much, but we'll see how they handle it. Hello dragons, I'm Eddie, and along with my co-founder Matt, we are fussy about everything on our mission to banish single-use plastic from the bathroom, starting with a refillable deodorant. We are here today to pitch for £50,000 in return for 1.5% equity. Every year, we throw away about 3.2 billion single-use plastic deodorants. That's enough to fill over 100,000 of these bins. Now that does stink.
Oh!
Tell you what doesn't stink though, and that is our deodorant. Matt, by the way, the other founder of Fussy. Our durable outer case is made of recycled plastic and is designed to keep. And our home compostable, plastic-free refills, which once you're done with, you can just chuck in the garden or a bin.
We deliver straight to your armpits every month through our flexible subscription model.
Our all-natural formula contains an odour-neutralising probiotic that literally eats sweat for breakfast.
It would be an absolute honour to have a dragon or dragons join us on our journey to help save the world one armpit at a time. Thank you.
A product to KO Bio, whilst keeping a lid on plastic waste, is the offering from Eddie and Matt.
I was going to say, do you want to get out of the bin?
Yeah, I'd love to. Who are looking to secure a £50,000 investment.
Oh, secret trapdoor. I see how it's done.
In return for a 1.5% share in their environmentally sustainable deodorant business. With the shock of their big reveal beginning to dissipate, the Den's Queen of Green is keen to establish if this pair really have something to set Planet Savers' pulses racing.
So, Eddie, Matt.
Yeah.
Once I've recovered from somebody leaping out the bin at me, can I check how fussy you are? Recycled?
Yes.
And the glue?
It's water activated.
The print? Is it eco-friendly print?
It is, yeah. We check with the manufacturers, yeah.
Blimey, that is.
They've got an answer for everything.
They have, I know.
Well done, most people don't.
Can you explain the eco-deodorant landscape? What are my choices?
In terms of actual refillable products, there's only one other main competitor in the UK at the moment. What we're actually seeing, though, is some customers are flipping over to Fussy.
So why?
So at a product level, we've worked really, really hard developing a formula that's more effective than anything else on the market. And also our product is a lot easier to refill.
And so why are you going to win in the market over them?
Personally, I feel like there's actually space for more than one. So I think there's plenty of room for us both to coexist. The natural deodorant market is in its third consecutive year of double-digit growth. So people are switching to it.
Eddie and Matt are confident that in a booming market, their business need never go bust. Now, Tuka Suleiman wants to take a closer look at the company's finances.
Guys, how much have you turned over in what period?
We've turned over £27,000 in the last month.
And for the next 12 months, what do you think you're going to turn over?
1 million this year, in the first year, with a gross of 455,000.
Yeah.
And a net loss of 273,000.
Well, explain how you're going to get to 1 million.
So fairly aggressive growth plans in terms of acquisition of customers. We want to get to 15,000 customers in our first 12 months.
Right.
We've 900 already. In terms of the loss, we are putting a large amount of our funds into growth. Obviously then the benefit is later down the line, once we've got those customers, they'll hopefully be subscribing.
It's a difficult one because it is a very, 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 very tough space. And I've seen how difficult it is to acquire customers. Have you mastered that? Are you ready to scale that?
Yeah, I think we're trying things, but we are already seeing what's working organically and what's not. For example, PR has been incredible for us. What I would say is 75% of current customers are rating us 9 or 10. They'd recommend us to a friend.
And are they doing that? Are you getting traffic from referrals?
Yeah, I think we've generated around 4,000 net from referrals.
Despite Stephen Bartlett's concerns, Eddie and Matt maintain that they can continue to grow their business without breaking into a sweat. But Tuka Suleiman appears preoccupied by the hefty 7-figure price tag the pair have attached to their company.
I like what I see, but the biggest difficulty, guys, is your valuation. You've come in here with a 3.3 million valuation for a business that's doing 27,000 a month. Ridiculous. I could create this for 100 grand tomorrow. Easy.
I don't think that Tuka or any of us could create this with 100k.
Test me.
Sorry?
Test me. You said I can't do it. Test me.
The brand, the design, their understanding of the market they're appealing to, you see it in all of it. You see their ability to understand that customers care about sustainability. The fact that this looks beautiful in the age of the iPhone, where aesthetic is so highly valued. The name, Fussy, brilliant. It's all brilliant.
Why don't you make an offer? You're going on a speech. Why don't you put your money
Doesn't
where
mean
your mouth is?
doesn't mean I can still think.
He may be undecided about whether or not to invest, but Stephen Bartlett is clearly impressed by the inspiration involved in tackling perspiration. Now, Peter Jones wants to discover what else could be coming down the pair's plastics pruning pipeline.
I want to know about other products.
Question, yeah.
Yeah, so where does it go from here?
So other products, there's a couple here. So this is our Fussy wash bag, which I really like. But it's made with recycled water bottles. And then this is our deodorant dish. So it stores 2 refills and the deodorant on top.
Matt, Eddie, I'm kind of feeling a little bit underwhelmed because you made a bold statement when you come in that we are on a mission to banish single-use plastic from the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I thought, brilliant. They're going to start and tell us the deodorant company, but here's the pipeline of all of the other plastic-infused products that we're going to have. And then when you said we've got a wash bag and something to put your deodorant on, I was like, what about the shampoo and the conditioner and the toothpaste? I understand this is a deodorant business. I think because I felt from when you first walked in there that this was going to be a whole bathroom solutions business. That's what got me excited, and that's what I'm kind of feeling like it's not now. So for that reason, I don't want to get on this bus today, so I won't be investing though, and I'm out.
Disappointment for Eddie and Matt, who have lost their first dragon. Stephen Bartlett was full of praise for the pair, so has he scented a financial opportunity in smelling good.
I love you guys. I think you're great. And I think the product's great. But I'm terrified of the cost of acquisition at the moment for subscription businesses. And that is, that's my gut telling me that there's danger. And so for that reason, I'm out.
Look, I love it, and I love you guys. And I'm torn because I know what I can bring to the party. But I'm not going to be on your journey. I'm out.
They might not agree about much, but when it comes to this particular deal, Stephen Bartlett and Tuka Suleiman are very much of the same mind. Is an eco-conscious Bramedan any more willing to dole dosh into deodorants?
So unsurprisingly, I love everything that you've done. Your branding is fantastic. Your name is fantastic. You've been faultless in your answers in terms of your, the ethics that underline this, down to the glue. I always catch people out on the glue. It's the glue and the print. And I think you were in a very important space. So I love it. Anyway, enough words. Enough words. I do numbers. I'm going to give you numbers. I'm good at numbers.
Okay, great.
So I am going to offer you all of the money. I would love to be on this journey with you. I hope you know enough about me to know that this is bang on my space.
Yep.
If you want to speak in this space, I'm your girl. So I'm going to offer you all of the money, but I want 6% of the business.
Okay, appreciate it.
An offer for Matt and Eddie, albeit at considerably more equity than the 1.5% the pair were originally looking to give away. Is Peter Jones prepared to match or even undercut his fellow Den stalwart in a bid to win the deal?
Guys, I think you've done really, really, really well. I think you've brilliantly pitched it as well. And I have to say, I do think the design is off the chart good. Well, all of us have contacts. But it's actually what we're currently doing with those contacts that I think is really important with this. I'm like your Mary Poppins. Because I can do all of the things you need that will create massive shareholder value. So I'm going to make you an offer because I love it. And I just want to be clear, I don't even want a conversation about sharing it with anyone because I want this myself. And that's why offer you all of the money for 5% of the business.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you mind if we take some time to...
Chat to the wall, chat to the wall. Wise wall.
Thank you.
Decision time for the deodorising duo, who have two competing bids to consider. Deborah Meaden has offered the full £50,000 in return for 6% equity. And Peter Jones has also offered all of the money in return for 5%.
Do you want to accept both for 5, would you do that? We did say we would, didn't we? No, you said 4. But now I'm saying, would you do 5 for both? Would you? Yeah.
Peter Jones was adamant he didn't want to share the deal. But given Deborah Meaden's status in the world of sustainability, could he be persuaded to change his stance?
Thank you both for your offers. I guess one of the issues we've got is with the valuation, that if we were to accept either offer, we'd be accepting a down valuation, which we couldn't do. 5%, for example, would be pre-money of 1 million. I know, Peter, you said you wouldn't work with Deborah, but is that firm? Would you consider working together?
Well, I was just making it stall out to be really hyper-competitive and being a little bit greedy. And also, I'm quite fussy as well. But working with Deborah is, I'll be candid with you, is one of the greatest pleasures of sitting in this chair. So I personally would say yes to it. But I'm really conscious about dropping lower. And I tell you why, is because I actually think if that was to occur, the gift to this business is immeasurable in value. And actually, I'd say, and arguably, is worth way more than 5%. I still think I'm brilliant on my own, by the way. But I don't think it gets to you where you might want to be going to.
No.
But it's up to Deborah.
Of course I would share too, and I would completely agree. The added value that would bring is enormous. But that's really up to you guys.
Okay, so what we'd like to ask is whether you would consider 4% between you both.
I would go back and say, actually, we should be sharing 6% between us. The power of both of us is now gone up another gear.
If you would accept 5% for the both of you, we'd be happy to accept that.
5% between us.
Between you, yeah.
Yep. I'd be happy to do that.
We'd accept that.
Yeah. Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Yes.
No, you can't. I know.
Sorry, we so want to do that.
I know.
Bye.
Success for Eddie and Matt, who leave the den with the £50,000 they were originally seeking and the backing of a duo of dragons.
Get in.
Despite having been put through the ringer,
Well, that's intense, mate.
Yeah.
the pair's spirits, not to mention their armpits, were never dampened.
I am wearing a deodorant and still bone dry.
Tested in Dragon's Den. There's no better test than that.
High five.
High five.
I'm so pleased with that.
The amount of equity is more than we would have liked to have given away, but I think that the value the dragons are going to bring, in the end, after a lot of haggling, I think it is worth it, yeah.
So, a willingness to negotiate leads to an exciting finale for Eddie and Matt as their ethically centred company steals the hearts of Deborah Meaden and Peter Jones. Sadly, 3 other entrepreneurs didn't quite have what it takes to seal a deal, but it just goes to show there's no predicting what'll hit the spot with these 5 fiery investors. Next time on Dragon's Den.
Hey, we're not allowed to do that.
Just enjoy the whole experience. On the 12th of April 2011, I collapsed to the floor dead.
I'm devastated to hear that on your behalf.
I really like you.
So classy. You're like the conductor now, controlling all the dragons.
Plastic bras for travel.
What for your...
Yeah, well, man boobs included.